back to Hot Topic. I'm your host, Kesey Wilson.
And I'm Habiba Yassin.
And in this segment, we're going to be talking about deadbeat parents. Not just mother or father, both. Because it can happen to anybody. And it could be the mother or the father. It could even be a grandmother or aunt. Whoever got custody of the kids. It could be anybody within the family. Because it's been a lot going on now. And it's even bringing back the accountability. People are not accountable for their children anymore. They out here doing too much. They just ready to not take the responsibility of being a parent. And that doesn't even hurt the parents. It hurt the children more than anything. Because these children are lacking guidance and they lacking structure. And getting them into situations that, you know, they can't handle, and a lot of these children do need to see therapists because of the fact of issues that they grew up with. Because the issues that happen to you in your childhood, they last forever. Mm-hmm. No matter what people tell you, like you never get over it. You could push it in the back of your head and you will still have those issues. Anything could trigger it. Because I remember years ago, you know, my sister-in-law called me because my brother watched a TV show, and the TV show made him start crying, and she did not know how to have him stop because it reminded him of our childhood. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it like I said, anything could trigger it. You never really know. Like I remember when I watched Precious, that was one of the movies I could never watch. Because it brought back issues that I had growing up in my childhood. Mm-hmm. And the thing is that, you know, these parents, they really think it's cool to not be accountable and be a parent anymore. They want to be so much of being a children friends. And to me, it doesn't matter how close in age your children are to you. Because me and my daughter, we're not that far in age. I'm 41, my daughter's 22. But I'm not her homegirl. We do not have that type of relationship. You got your little friends and you chill with them, but I'm still mommy. Even if we go out together, and most of the time she goes to the club, I'm in there, but I'm in the cut because I'm trying to make sure she make it out safe or whatever. We're not partying and twerking next to each other. That's a negative. Plus I ain't no twerking. So gangster twerking.
You ain't no twerker?
Heck no.
Yeah,
Not with this little good booty.
I might twerk. Especially twerk with my mama. My mama used to like to do the butterfly all the time. She really
now that's the dance stuff. The
back
butterfly.
in the day, she used to try to hit that. Hey, yeah.
And never go out of style.
Never.
I might do the butterfly with Habiba mama.
But yeah, when you growing up or whatever, I think my issue that I really had, I actually had an amazing dad. Because he was there for me when I was a younger girl. But then it tore my heart apart when I was about 14. And him and my mom got a divorce. And he left. He was gone. You know what I'm saying? Well, we moved back to Virginia because we lived in Atlanta. We moved back to Virginia. And I just was... It was a shock to my life. You know what I'm saying? So that affects me today, I think. You know what I'm saying? And I think somehow, you know, some of your parents' traits sometimes trickle over to you. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I don't leave my kids, but I may have ran from situations sometimes, but not in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? I'm always there for my kids, supportive or whatever, but just maybe not always there physically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there was times that I wasn't there physically with my children because I was trying to, you know, make things better for our lives, especially after I got my divorce. I had to, you know, get everything new for me and my kids. So I left them with my parents, with their grandparents, so that I could, you know, start a new life and make money and build up everything to get us a place to live and all that. And it did cause damage between our relationships because I kept a lot of things from my kids. I wasn't the type of person that really speak on what I was going through with their fathers. So I took the bud of a lot of my son's animosity for him thinking that I was away from them and I'd rather do something else. And I had to really sit him down when he was a teenager and let him know that I had to make these moves to better our lives, to do something to get on my feet. Because when me and your father split, I didn't have anything, you know, and I didn't want to have to take my kids and be homeless with my kids, but I had to let them go with their grandparents so that they could, you know, flourish, and I could still go try to make a way.
Right. And I think it's not really an excuse for me, but that was my thing. I'm a workaholic. I've always been a workaholic. I don't know. It's just something in me every day. I got to get up and do something. I've never been the type of person that could just sit around and not do nothing. And then that kind of kept me away from my kids, like activities and stuff like that. But they all get to reap the benefits of, you know, mommy being absent. But it's still, I think it does something to a child for your parent to be absent from most of the things. From most of the things. But I'm there for graduations and getting ready for prom and 16th birthdays, all those different things, those amazing days, those milestones or whatever. But, you know, just as far as probably everyday life, I missed out on a lot of that. And that's just being honest. And yeah, I really did, because I'm telling you, I've been building a business since 2005. I started having kids in 2003. And now it's 2022, going to be 2023. I never stopped working.
I mean, when you work a lot, that causes, you know what I mean, you trying to get that money, you trying to do the things that you have to do for your family, and kids don't understand that sometimes, you know. But there are some parents that's just out here, they just doing things, you know what I mean, that they completely not thinking about their children. You know, parents out here drug addicted, leaving their kids, and these women out here drug addicted, having babies, leaving their babies in the hospital. That's happened in my family, you know, and that's a big issue that we have going on in my family right now. Like, I'm not with it, you know. I just feel like every woman, you know, a lot of women have the functionalities to become a mother, but not every woman is a mother. Just like, that, you nurturer. Know, not every man is a father. You know, I've been seeing a lot of fathers stepping up, trying to do their thing now, and I'm really not cool with broken homes, you know. And in our race, broken homes is a big thing. These kids growing up, they raising themselves, you know. They out there to the wolves. So you could imagine the things that they doing to survive. It's hard when you a young child and you have to do what you have to do to survive. I was like that when I grew up, and I feel like that made me the person that I am today, because I went through the struggles and the tribulations, you know what I mean, of raising myself, because my parents was on drugs, you know what I'm saying? And that's something that I never want my children to have to deal with. That's why I always stayed away from them. Because I feel like either you're going to be a product of your environment or you're going to overcome it. And the thing is we want these children to overcome it. That's right. Not be a product. Not just keep this generational curses keep going over and over again. No, that's exactly what we want to do. We want to break these generational curses. We want to become aware. We want to be woke. We want to have high vibrations. We just want to be great and create the life that we want to live, and just be on our journey and be on purpose on everything that we do. And that's accountability, I believe. Once you realize that, and you have oneness with God first, because you got to have oneness with God so that you can be great. And then after that, anything you touch is gold. If you focused and you know what you know. When you know what you know, you do what you're supposed to do. Because God do what he's supposed to do, and you going to do what you're supposed to do. And when he do what he's supposed to do, you definitely going to be able to do anything you want to do. Yeah. Okay? And that's on my mind. I always feel like, you know, through God, everything is possible. And even the people that you don't think could be spiritual is spiritual. Because a lot of people don't think that about me. That I have a close relationship with God, but I really do. And I really do a lot of praying and a lot of, you know, looking to God. And when I'm in any situation, not just because I need help. Right. You know, when I have goals, when I have, when I'm lonely, when I feel like I need somebody to talk to, that's the person that I talk to the most.
Right. God is the number one answer.